that all came from being an entrepreneur. So that's someone who went to work for somebody else to make money for them, and in return they gave me opportunity. And when people think about being an entrepreneur, it's about your creativity is set free and it can flourish. Again, hashtag bullshit. When I went to work for S3, they had deeper pockets. All I had to prove to them that I was really clever, I had brilliant ideas, and then you have to back me or sack me.
Yeah.
And I was brave enough to say, I've got a vision. I know where this is going to go. Come with me. And so I got my shares within 6 months. I had, to be fair, Bill and Simon were amazing bosses, and they literally just unshackled me of thinking what is possible, and they just kept challenging me. So what are you going to do next year, Gary? On the back of a fag packet is Bill around the office. I went, double. But they didn't understand run rate growth. But, I already had that in bag. But I could quadruple. So 6 years of triple digit growth based on them giving me the funds to make my dreams come true, based on a set of realities and trigger points to hire, so that we made triple digit growth profitable year on year on year. So they gave me that platform. They gave me the canvas that I could paint any picture I wanted.
Amazing.
There are people out there at the moment who are struggling to run their own businesses, who genuinely haven't got the skills, they haven't got the palette, they haven't got the vision to do it properly. They should be entrepreneurs. So what do people know? So people starting businesses today who don't know the arse end of a P&L. They don't understand the detail behind what technology plugs with what technology and how to do that. And all of these things, they rob you of time. They rob you of opportunity. They rob you of stuff. So do you want to be an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur? Now, everyone thinks, I want to be an entrepreneur because I just want to run my own life. Actually, they're wrong. They're just wrong. And you should be an entrepreneur. But I've done all right, right? I've done all right in life. I've done all right. But up until very recently, I took my 40s off. So we took the business to an IPO. We sold 20% of the business for 50 million. We sold the rest of it at an IPO. It took me 3 years to get out. I sold it at £5 something a share. It's never been over £4 since. Winner. But I know it still owns my pension. But all of that stuff happened, and we were learning. At the time we took the business to an IPO, not one of us was doing the same job that they were ever doing. And we're talking about 3,000 people. Not one of us was ever doing the same job that we were doing previously, apart from a few grey hairs in finance who could actually just tell us where we were fucking up and what you needed to do properly. So we had some proper people in the business, but we were massively aspirational. So I was very fortunate to take my 40s off, go back to work and advise people. But the most important thing I would say to anyone, you don't need to start your own company to make zillions. With Tim Rice at Apple, he's a billionaire. The boy's done good, right? He's not an entrepreneur. Okay, he's not. The boy's done good. He's got a proper boat. So where you get in life, there are different people who take different courses. It's just the best way to make money is to own what you sell. So invent something and sell it. 100%. That's the best way in the world to make money. But for us mere mortals, you don't need to set up a company. What you do need is to just be really clever and just get in front of someone who's going to back you to the nth degree. Then it's up to you to not be a dick. Make it happen.
Love that. All right, so we've got entrepreneurs are going to be listening to this. Entrepreneurs are going to be listening to this, I'm sure. So what advice would you give to any of those people who want to listen to this and take it forward to accelerate their career or even start a business, lo and behold, what advice would you give?
It's my question, but it's a brilliant question. Okay, so Nick, I'd work with you because I'd want to hold on to your shirt tails, because I think you could take me further than I might be able to take myself, and you will put me on the right trajectory to give me the skills and education and effort and all of the brilliant learning to make stuff happen. So don't rush to start a business without having. I even write it down. You need to know stuff strategically, tactically, operationally, finance, management, coaching, tech, governance, compliance, HR. If you're thinking of starting a business and you got none of those things in your head and you don't know any of that stuff, don't do it. You need to find someone who truly inspires you, truly motivates you, and truly makes you a better person every day. So I know I've had a couple of business dads in my life. Most of them were choke chains. So no Gary,
yeah,
no Gary, because the one thing that Gary isn't short of is an idea, right? So, but you need someone who's going to just say yes, go, no, that direction. Do you remember the on Saturday mornings during our holidays, there used to be like Champion the Wonder Horse, and he was sort of pounding through these canyons. So there's a Dave of horses, right? So they're just banging on behind him. I think the best boss in the world is the one that sits on that stallion's back and just says, go left here, go right here, go left here. But it's the energy of us as people working for that smart ass who just brings that energy into their business. So if you can't bring energy into a business, there's very little. Well, I always think about businesses as gains or drains. I look around businesses that I run all the time, and I think, are you adding to me or are you taking from me? And that's time, effort, and love. And there's no such thing as a bad idea. There's a lot of people with no idea. And if you can't bring an idea to my table, if you bring an idea to my table that changes the way that we operate, I'll give you £1,000 out of my pocket. If you keep coming to my table and not having an idea, I'll just sack you, right? Because it's like, come on. And I just love passion, energy, and love. Passion, energy, and love. You know, we look after each other. So if there was something going on in your life that you weren't well, or someone wasn't well, I'll see you when I see you. And I would look after your desk. I would make money for you. I'll do deals for you, and I'll give you the commission. But you come to work and you don't add any value, I'll take you down.
I love it. It's all about family and looking after energy. And look, Gary Goldsmith, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the Listening Lounge for me. You're an inspiration for me. You've helped me massively in my business, so that's a personal thank you. But remember, anyone listening to this, every good conversation starts with good listening. I've loved listening to you today, Gary. Thanks for joining me from sunny Ibiza. You've been listening to Listening Lounge. We'll catch up with all of you real soon. Cheers, Gary.
Ciao, mate.